Over 150 years ago, lawmakers sought to impose legislature that would limit one's ability to freely express their gender in public spaces. As of 2023, Tennessee has passed a bill that restricts drag shows, and now more than 12 states are proposing legislature that aims to do the same. I sat down with drag queen Della Dustball, also known as Desi or Mondroid, a self-identifying gender-nonconforming woman and drag artist, in order to capture drag's divinity and importance amongst its attempted destruction.
My name is Della Dustball. I got my name from my friends calling me Dustball. At first my name is Desi, so then it got shortened to Des, and then it became Dustball, and then it became Dustball after that. So that's how that came about, and Della's just because, I don't know, I think it sounded good with Dustball. I'm a mix between, I honestly don't even really know what I am. I'm a mix between like an AFAB and MX queen, because that's not a thing, but I feel like that's where I belong. Because I'm an AFAB queen, but then I get all of my like inspirations from MX performers, so I'm like, I don't know, it's a gray area. But I kind of just like, it's like, I'm also like sexy, but then I don't do things I wouldn't think my mom would want to come see. The drag fans are really upsetting because it's like, I've seen people like do comparisons of like now to the 1930s, and the words that the like officials use are like pretty much the same, and it's just really frustrating when like we all know that we're not doing anything bad, and like sheltering people from it and not showing your kids things like this doesn't make them happier. It doesn't give them a nicer, more peaceful world. It can bring them like more, like gay kids feel more lonely. They don't find a place, they don't think they belong, when you could be showing people this amazing art that we do that's not harmful to children. There's a reason that like bar shows are 19 plus, and then there's a reason that the drag story times are different. It's a reason they're not held in the same place. It's because people have common sense, and people know not to do at the bar what they do when they're around children. And so it's just really frustrating for like people to see that, like, to see that, I guess. Like, they don't see that it's something that could be around kids, which is really upsetting. I think drag is important because it's like an outlet of self-expression. Like when you go up on the stage and you see everyone performing, everyone looks different in the way that they move and the way that they put on their makeup and their own style. And it's just so cool to see everyone's like personal lives kind of creep into their drag, to see like what they're interested in and stuff. And like for me, it's like really fun. I've created so many more new friends. It's a whole nother community that I never thought I was going to be able to like get into, but now that I'm into it, it's really cool. And I like putting on makeup so much so that people go, "Who are you?" And then I tell them and they're like, "Oh my god, that's you." And I'm like, yeah, I think that's really fun. And I just love performing. I always did it in high school. I was a theater kid. And then I just like got out of it in university, and then I started going to look out like every single weekend, and I was like, I want to do that. And then people were like, you can do that. So I was like, okay, and then I just did it, and it's become like so much more than I ever could have thought it was, like back in December when I first started and just did it on a whim. And now it's like, it's what I eat, sleep, and breathe, and it's my main source of income at this point.